Welcome, TV viewers. God, this is killing my voice. To the wonderful world of The Wizard of Oz. No, just kidding. It's Conan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conan. I just finished reading this book because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. Not that I needed it. Anyway, welcome to a show that brings an audience and their hatred. Conan! Today, we will be having Wonder Woman. Why Wonder Woman, you might ask? Because on Conan, we do whatever we want. But, however, this show ensures a very big letdown because, sadly, Wonder Woman will not be here today. Ugh. This is just like the cancellation of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Wonder Woman, I don't know why she isn't attending. All I know is she has the flu. Get it? Because she flies. Too bad. Oh, okay. Well, today on Conan, we will actually do something productive. We will do the unthinkable. We will be talking to characters involved with books. I don't know why I threw that book there. But please help me welcome Paul Sheldon!
Thank you. Well,
Something tells me you're not an athlete.
that was a whole lot of verbiage.
Well, that was unwanted. Summarily speaking, to the questions! First question, what book are you affiliated with?
I am from the new.
Whoa. Don't tell me. Tell the audience.
Well, audience. I am from the nefarious scripture of Misery by Stephen King. It is a sea of horrific events. It is a sea of horrific events, followed by mixed emotions of black and white.
Can we even begin to evince what he means by black and white? Now, can you give us a short synopsis of what exactly Misery is?
Where can I even begin?
Well, from the start, I'd hope. Bless you.
Anyway, I am the author of a book called Misery. Inside the book, Misery. It's a little confusing. But anywho, Misery has been one of my best-selling novels. And I wanted to leave. Wanted to get out of misery. So I began writing a new book called Fast Cars. And upon finishing my book, I became intoxicated, crashed my car, and would have died if it wasn't for a former nurse named Annie Wilkes.
John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. No relation. As the story progresses, Annie becomes more and more distraught. She decries the profane and violent verbiage portrayed within my novel, Fast Cars. As I try to evince that many people today talk in such a manner, she began to raise her voice in a tone of hatred. And as she's screaming at my face, she's spilling hot soup on my lap.
Oh, that's
The soup that she was spilling. It was very uncomfortable.
I bet.
She blamed that on me. Fast Cars.
I love how we transitioned from this to Fast Cars.
I don't know.
What great productivity!
Fast Cars. I made one copy. She made me burn it. She forced me to burn my only copy of Fast Cars because she did not like the profanity or violence portrayed in it. She has already reserved a copy of my last book, Misery. And she is unaware that it's going to be my last misery book. So, as she goes to pick it up, she is cavorting like a little schoolgirl in excitement to read my book. It is until the end that she becomes extremely psychotic. Upon finding out Misery dies in my book, I'm drawing a blank. Upon taking out Misery, she cavorted like a little girl in excitement because, like she mentions many times throughout the novel, she is my number one fan. She appears to become more and more psychotic as the novel progresses, and I managed to find my way out of the room she locked me in from the outside. As I scavenged my way around through her house, I find out a lot of things about Annie Wilkes. She's killed her father, her roommate, and many children as she's taking care of them as a nurse. But that is not important. The important thing is that she found out that I've been scavenging around her house. But what's the worst that could happen, right?
Yeah.
She chopped off my foot with an axe, which is why I don't have it right here.
Because that totally looks prosthetic.
It's a fake foot. Fake foot. No movement in it at all.
You're moving it right now.
Not at all. But she later finds out, I already mentioned this, that Misery died in my last book. And extremely upset, she goes out, buys a typewriter for me, and forces me to write another book to bring Misery back to life. Knowing she's psychotic and she might kill me, I say I will write another one. As she gives me the typewriter, I notice there's a little key missing, the letter N. When I mentioned to her, she cuts off my thumb and tells me that I need to write my N's out. So I have a typewriter with no N, and I need to write out my N's by hand. I don't know where I am.
So what happened then? Did the cops show up, or?
That's exactly what happened. One cop showed up in suspicion just to check out to make sure everything was okay. And as he was approaching, she blindsided the cop with a wooden shaft, stabbing him repeatedly, and then ending his life by running him over with a lawnmower. That's exactly the way I want to go. Being run over by a lawnmower after being stabbed several times. And I'm not going to give away the ending, so that's the little summary of my novel, and I obviously left a lot out, so go read it yourself and find out what I missed.
Reading curriculum. Would you suggest it?
For Islip High School.
Yes.
I just told you my whole story.
Oh, quit your carping. Just do it.
Well, I'm going to say opera style. Yes!
I think I just heard a solid window break.
I heard it too.
Shakespeare style. Damn. That's as productive as it gets, guys.
Welcome to my show.
Hey! Stop sounding so feckless! Get your spirits up, man!
Calm yourself.
I'll do what I want!
Don't tell me who you are, because I don't care. Tell the audience
true and only Arthur Miller. I am the author of The Crucible, a play production about the Salem witch trials. This is really killing my voice.
Before you change your voice or go into details about your book, tell the audience what the Salem witch trials were.
The Salem witch trials were about Salem, Massachusetts, in the time of 1876. It all started with a black slave named Tituba. She was a black slave, as I just said, and she took care of two white kids. And all of a sudden, one day, they were acting stranger than usual.
Strange how?
It seemed like they were in a trance. Nobody knew what was wrong with them. Doctor couldn't do anything. No one else knew what they were doing. So they accused Tituba of being a witch. And for a set amount of years, people have been accused of being a witch and killed for it. Women, men, dogs. These different specimens were all killed because of some supposed witchcraft.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
You said that already!
Very interesting. Now tell us, what's the Crucible about?
It was not the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It wasn't the best.
The story begins with a young girl named Betty Paris.
Betty Carter.
There have been spread rumors, unfortunately, of her supposedly being a witch. Reverend Paris, her father, obviously is concerned about this. Yet one night, she sees her niece, Abigail, Betty, and some of the other town girls in the forest, and he was certain they saw a cauldron. Cauldrons are a main item that you see with a witch. So, of course, he was nervous about talking about them. So, then what happens is, he realizes that if he says that Betty and Abigail are a witch, his life will be just over. He'll lose his wealthy life, he'll lose his job, he'll lose everything. So he decided to not tell anybody. However, things only turn worse. Tituba, who is actually a character in the story, finally admits that she is a witch and that she was with Satan, witches during the time were accused of being worshippers of Satan. And
The Macarena on the couch.
anyway, Betty's accused of being a witch, and Tituba is brought to her for questioning purposes. The book then transitions to a boy named John Proctor, a normal boy, and, well, I shouldn't say a boy, a man. His wife, Elizabeth, is accused of being a witch. When she gets proven that she is not a witch, she goes back to the girls saying that she is now one with God, seeing that witches were one with Satan. However, that was at the cost of John then going to jail for being a witch.
So then what happens next?
I'm not going to tell you the rest of my book. You're going to have to go read it for yourself, man. If you want to know what happens, read The Crucible. Did I get all the... Did we get all the...
Would you
vocabulary?
suggest this book to be part of Islip High School's reading curriculum?
As I look at the script...
We do not care about any other school.
Absolutely!
No other than B-Wags from Islip High School.
Who's totally going to give us 100... No.
Shout out to my girl.
this book because high school books tend to be full of history. The things that carried was about the Vietnam War. Huckleberry Finn was about racism and slavery. The Crucible has a lot to do with history. Why shouldn't high schoolers read it? That's all.
With I drew a blank. I drew a complete blank.
The script is right there! Like you're complaining that you just did all this work.
Is that good?
Do it again. Put more emphasis into it. You sound like you're giving birth.
That's how I wanted to sound.
Now begs the important question. Would you recommend... Stop it, damn it! Come on! Answer the question, damn it!
Should say it one more time. I'll be it.
Jeez. Would you recommend this book? It was the best of...
Hello, all you viewers for TV. Hey, we're recording. Stop. You ruined it.
They brought her around for questioning reasons because they believed that she spread witchcraft. But what are you doing?
I'm listening.
You're like doing the couch version of the Macarena. What? Ugh.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
What is so funny?
Alright. Done.
Okay. Would you recommend that?
I can't.
I'm done.